What if the youngest person in the room knew something the rest of us have spent a lifetime trying to remember? What if the answer to the biggest question humanity has ever asked, where do we come from, was already inside you the moment you took your very first breath, and you've been losing it ever since? Stay with me to the end of this story, because what this 3-year-old boy whispered to his baby sister changed the way I see everything. And I have a feeling it's going to do the same for you. There was a young mother, the kind of woman who moved through her days quietly, doing the invisible, endless work that mothers do. She had 2 children. Her firstborn was a 3-year-old boy, full of energy and curiosity, already forming sentences, already asking why about everything. And her second child was a newborn baby girl, barely a week into this world, still blinking at the light, still adjusting to the sound of breathing. One afternoon, the mother was folding laundry in the next room when she noticed the house had gone unusually quiet. Not the worrying kind of quiet, but the kind that makes you pause and listen. She set down what she was doing and walked softly toward the nursery. What she saw stopped her cold. Her 3-year-old son was kneeling beside his baby sister's cradle, his small hands resting on the wooden rail, leaning in close as a secret. His voice was barely above a whisper, but she could just make out the words. He was looking at his baby sister with the most serious, sincere expression she had ever seen on his little face. And he was saying, "Tell me about God. Tell me what it's like, because I'm starting to forget." The mother stood in that doorway and did not move for a very long time, because in that single, breathtaking moment, her son had said out loud something that most of us spend decades trying to put into words. He understood, on some deep and instinctive level, that his newborn sister had just arrived from somewhere close to the divine, somewhere beyond the reach of language and memory, and that he, at the ancient age of 3, was already drifting away from it. He wasn't asking out of confusion. He was asking out of longing. Here is what I believe this story is really telling us. We are all born knowing something. Something wordless, something whole, something that feels, if we're honest, like home. And then life happens. School happens. Disappointment happens. The noise of the world gets louder, and that quiet inner knowing gets softer and softer, until one day we find ourselves searching for it in books, in therapy, in late-night conversations, in meditation, in church pews, in sunsets, trying to find our way back to something we once held effortlessly, naturally, without even trying. The 3-year-old boy in this story wasn't reaching up towards something distant and unreachable. He was reaching back. And maybe that's the invitation for all of us. Not to search harder, but to remember deeper. You haven't lost it. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's just been waiting, quietly, in the part of you that still wonders, still feels moved by beauty, still asks the questions that have no easy answers. So here is my challenge to you today. What is one thing you know in your heart to be true, that the world has been slowly trying to talk you out of? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What did this story stir in you? What did it make you remember? Your words matter more than you know, not just to me, but to the next person who scrolls down and needs to see them. Every comment you leave helps this channel continue bringing stories like this one to people who need them. And trust me, someone out there needs this one today.